The committee study of the Central Intelligence Agency's Detention and Interrogation Program is a report compiled by the bipartisan United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence about the Central Intelligence Agency's Detention and Interrogation Program and its use of torture during interrogation in U.S. government bulletins on detainees in CIA custody. The more than 6,700-page report, including 38,000 footnotes, details the history of the CIA's Detention and Interrogation Program and the committee's 20 findings and conclusions. On December 9th, 2014, the SSCI released a 525-page portion that consisted of key findings and an executive summary of the full report. It took more than 5 years to complete. The full unredacted report remains classified. Today's summary: August 1, 2002. Office of Legal Counsel Memorandum relies on inaccurate information regarding Abu Zubaydah. The Office of Legal Counsel in the Department of Justice wrote several legal memoranda and letters on the legality of the CIA's Detention and Interrogation Program between 2002 and 2007. The Office of Legal Counsel requested and relied on information provided by the CIA to conduct the legal analysis included in these memoranda and letters. Much of the information the CIA provided to the Office of Legal Counsel was inaccurate in material respects. On August 1, 2002, the Office of Legal Counsel issued a memorandum advising that the use of the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques against Abu Zubaydah would not violate prohibitions against torture found in Section 2340A of Title 18 of the United States Code. The techniques were attention grasp, walling, facial hold, facial slap, cramped confinement, while standing, stress positions, sleep deprivation, insects placed in a confinement box, and the waterboard. The memorandum relied on CIA representations about Abu Zubaydah's status in al-Qaeda, his role in al-Qaeda plots, his expertise in interrogation resistance training, and his withholding of information on pending terrorist attacks. The Office of Legal Counsel memorandum included the following statement about OLC's reliance on information provided by the CIA. Quote, "Our advice is based upon the following facts, which you have provided to us. We also understand that you do not have any facts in your possession contrary to the facts outlined here, and this opinion is limited to these facts. If these facts were to change, this advice would not necessarily apply," end quote. The facts provided by the CIA and relied on by the Office of Legal Counsel to support its legal analysis were cited in the August 1, 2002 memorandum, and many were repeated in subsequent Office of Legal Counsel memoranda on the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques. Much of the information provided by the CIA to the OLC was unsupported by CIA records. Examples include Abu Zubaydah's status in al-Qaeda. The Office of Legal Counsel memorandum repeated the CIA's representation that Abu Zubaydah was the third or fourth man in al-Qaeda. This CIA assessment was based on single source reporting that was recanted prior to the August 1st, 2002 Office Legal Counsel memorandum. This retraction was provided to several senior CIA officers, including blank CTC Legal, to whom the information was emailed on July 10, 2002, 3 weeks prior to the issuance of the August 1, 2002 Office of Legal Counsel memorandum. The CIA later concluded that Abu Zubaydah was not a member of al-Qaeda. Abu Zubaydah's role in al-Qaeda plots. The Office of Legal Counsel memorandum repeated the CIA's representation that Abu Zubaydah had been involved in every major terrorist operation carried out by al-Qaeda, and that Abu Zubaydah was one of the planners of the September 11 attacks. CIA records do not support these claims. Abu Zubaydah's expertise in interrogation resistance training. The Office of Legal Counsel memorandum repeated the CIA's representation that Abu Zubaydah was well-versed in resistance to interrogation techniques, and that it is believed Zubaydah wrote al-Qaeda's manual on resistance techniques. A review of CIA records found no information to support these claims. To the contrary, Abu Zubaydah later stated that it was his belief that all individuals provide information in detention and that captured individuals should expect that the organization will make adjustments to protect people and plans when someone with knowledge is captured. Abu Zubaydah's withholding of information on pending terrorist attacks. The Office of Legal Counsel Memorandum repeated CIA representations stating that the interrogation team is certain Abu Zubaydah was withholding information related to planned attacks against the United States, either within the U.S. homeland or abroad. CIA records do not support this claim. Abu Zubaydah's interrogation team was not certain that Abu Zubaydah was withholding critical threat information. To the contrary, the interrogation team wrote to CIA headquarters, quote, "Our assumption is the objective of this operation. The interrogation of Abu Zubaydah is to achieve a high degree of confidence that Abu Zubaydah is not holding back actionable information concerning threats to the United States beyond that which Abu Zubaydah has already provided," end quote. The CIA broadly interpreted the August 1, 2002 OLC Memorandum to allow for greater operational latitude. For example, the memorandum stated that the legal advice was specific to the interrogation of Abu Zubaydah and the specific CIA representations about Abu Zubaydah. However, the CIA applied its enhanced interrogation techniques to numerous other CIA detainees without seeking additional formal legal advice from the Office of Legal Counsel. As detailed elsewhere, the other detainees subjected to the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques varied significantly in terms of their assessed role in terrorist activities and the information they were believed to possess. CIA records indicate that it was not until July 29, 2003, almost a year later, that the Attorney General stated that the legal principles of the August 1, 2002 memorandum could be applied to other CIA detainees. The August 1, 2002 Office of Legal Counsel memorandum also included an analysis of each of the CIA's proposed enhanced interrogation techniques with a description of how the CIA stated the techniques would be applied. However, in the interrogations of Abu Zubaydah and subsequent CIA detainees, the CIA applied the techniques in a manner that the Department of Justice attorney concluded was quite different from the description presented in 2002. As reported by the CIA's Inspector General, the CIA used the waterboarding technique against Abu Zubaydah and later against Khalid Sheikh Mohammed in a manner inconsistent with CIA representations to the Office of Legal Counsel, as well as the OLC's description of the technique in the August 1, 2002 memorandum. In addition, the CIA assured the Office of Legal Counsel that it would be unlikely that CIA detainees subjected to sleep deprivation would experience hallucinations, and that if they did, medical personnel would intervene. However, multiple CIA detainees subjected to prolonged sleep deprivation experienced hallucinations, and CIA interrogation teams did not always discontinue sleep deprivation after the detainees had experienced hallucinations. The CIA further represented to the Office of Legal Counsel that Abu Zubaydah's recovery from his wound would not be impeded by the use of the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques. However, prior to the Office of Legal Counsel memorandum, detention site green personnel stated, and CIA headquarters had confirmed that the interrogation progress would take precedence over preventing Abu Zubaydah's wound from becoming infected. Other CIA detainees were also subjected to the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques, notwithstanding concerns that the interrogation techniques could exacerbate their injuries. The CIA also repeatedly used interrogation techniques beyond those provided to the Office of Legal Counsel for review, including water dousing, nudity, abdominal slaps, and dietary manipulation. At the July 29, 2003 meeting of Select National Security Council Principals, Attorney General John Ashcroft expressed the view that while appropriate caution should be exercised in the number of times the water board was administered, the repetitions described do not contravene the principles underlying Department of Justice's August 2002 opinion. Records do not indicate that the Attorney General opined on the matter as opposed to the frequency with which the water board was implemented or on interrogation techniques not included in the August 2002 opinion. The differences between the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques as described by the CIA to the Office of Legal Counsel in 2002 and the actual use of the techniques as described in the CIA Inspector General May 2004 special review, prompting concerns at the Department of Justice. On May 27, 2004, Assistant Attorney General Jack Goldsmith sent a letter to the CIA General Counsel stating that the special review raises the possibility that, at least in some instances, and particularly early in the program, the actual practice may not have been congruent with all of these assumptions and limitations. In particular, Goldsmith's letter highlighted the statement in the special review that the use of the water board in SEER training was so different from subsequent agency usage as to make it almost irrelevant.
Zubaydah is set to testify, and we understand it will be the first time that he has set foot inside a courtroom. He's been held here at Guantanamo Bay for 15 years without charge. He's scheduled to talk about the sights, sounds and smells of his cell in Camp 7. Now, Camp 7 is one of the most secret camps here at Guantanamo Bay. We don't know its location. We don't even know how much that camp costs to build. His testimony will be part of the defence for 5 men accused of plotting the terror attacks on 9/11. They've been taking part in pre-trial hearings at a courtroom just to my right here at Guantanamo Bay. We can't show you any pictures of that courtroom, such is the high security involved in this case. Also here this week at Guantanamo Bay are some of the family members of the victims of 9/11, and most of the family members we've spoken to are broadly supportive of the action that the government is taking to try and prosecute these 5 men. They are frustrated about how long it's taking to get a full trial to happen here, and certainly for them, the longer it takes for a trial to take place, the longer it is until they have full closure.